Manchester United defender Harry Maguire has been handed a 15-month suspended sentence by a Greek court following an incident on the island of Mykonos. In August 2020, England international Maguire was given a suspended sentence of 21 months and 10 days in prison in 2020 after initially being found guilty of repeated bodily harm, attempted bribery, violence against public employees, and insult. The following day, Maguire's legal team launched an appeal against the verdict. In accordance with Greek law, the appeal nullified his conviction and meant there will be a full trial. The trial was postponed on 4 occasions between 2023 and 2025 before it restarted in Cyprus today. It concluded that Maguire was guilty of non-serious assault, resisting arrest, and attempted bribery. In accordance with the reduced severity of the defendant's crimes, Maguire's sentence was reduced to 15 months. Yes, it has been revealed that Maguire denied wrongdoing and plans to appeal to the Supreme Court. Maguire has rejected a number of opportunities to settle the case out of court as is determined to clear his name legally. Manchester United midfielder Jack Fletcher has apologized for using a homophobic slur that has led to him receiving a 6-match ban. The England under-19 international, son of United legend Darren Fletcher, was shown a red card in the 62nd minute of a 5-2 Virtu Trophy defeat by Barnsley in October. At the time, it was not clear what had prompted the decision. However, the Football Association FA has now confirmed that Fletcher, who is 18, was sent off for calling an opponent gay boy. Fletcher said, "I'm truly sorry for the offensive word I used in the heat of the moment. I completely understand such language is unacceptable," and immediately apologized after the game. Fletcher said a momentary lapse of character absolutely does not reflect his beliefs or values. The 18-year-old insisted he had no intention to use the term as an homophobic insult, which the disciplinary commission hearing accepted but felt the player should receive a 6-match ban, which has been accepted by the midfielder and his club. He was also fined £1,500 and must attend a mandatory face-to-face education program or face further suspension until it is completed. Still in Manchester, Michael Carrick has said Manchester United could look to sign a left winger this summer, even though they spent the past 3 transfer windows under Ruben Amorim getting rid of wide players. Historically, many successful United sides have been built around wingers Jude Best, Ryan Giggs, David Beckham, and Cristiano Ronaldo regarded among some of the club's greatest players, while others such as Steve Coppell, Gordon Hill, Willie Morgan, and Andrei Kantiowski's also made a significant impact. Although not a winger in the orthodox sentence, Bobsy Babe Eddie Coleman was nicknamed Snake Hips for his ability to change direction at top speed. United began last season with 5 experienced wide players, between them Jadon Sancho, Anthony, and Amad Diallo cost the club £173 million. Marcus Rashford and Leandro Garnacho both came through the United youth ranks, although the latter was at Atletico Madrid before moving to Manchester as a 16-year-old in 2020. Galatasaray fans have been banned from the club's Champions League visit to Anfield later this month following crowd disturbances during their game with Juventus in the previous round. European governing body UEFA said supporters of the Turkish club had thrown objects and lit fireworks during the last 16 playoff tie. This is the second leg in Turin on the 25th of February. Despite losing 3-2 on the night, they progressed 7-5 on aggregate and will host the Merseyside in Istanbul next Tuesday by 8:45, with the return leg to be staged at Anfield on the 18th of March. However, UEFA has banned the Super League leaders from selling tickets to supporters for the away trip and also fined them €40,000. In a statement, Galatasaray said they would appeal against the punishment. Members of Iran's women's national football team have expressed concern for their families back home as they compete in the Women's Asian Cup in Australia. Forward Sarah Dida said the team was deeply worried about development in Iran following recent United States and Israeli airstrikes. Dida told reporters today that obviously we are concerned and we are sad at what has happened to Iran and our families in Iran. I really hope for our country to have good news ahead. Iran lost its opening match for the Coastal Northern to South Korea on Monday. Players remained silent during the national anthem before the game. The team had arrived in Australia before the latest escalation began. Although reporters were asked to focus on football-related questions, Dida and head coach Maziye Jafari addressed the situation at home. They said we have so much concern regarding health of our families and our loved ones and all of the Iranian people inside our country with whom we are fully disconnected. Australian coach Joe Montemurro said his team and supporters hope to provide a compassionate environment for the Iranian players. He said, for us, it's about just showing our human compassion and our respect. And finally tonight, Nigeria's female basketball team, the Tigers, have discovered the opponent in the 2026 FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournament. The draw for the competition took place today. The Tigers, who are the reigning African champions, will face Colombia, the Philippines, Germany, South Korea, and France in the qualifying series. The tournament will hold in Villeurbanne, Lyon, France. Teams will battle for spot at the World Cup in the competition. The Tigers will be desperate to have a respectable outing in the competition after the impressive outing at the 2024 Olympic Games. Alright, this is Urban Sport on 4.5 Urban Radio Enugu. My name is Banky and yes, we have 5 matches in the Premier League tonight. 4 should be played by 8:30 and the last one between Newcastle United and Manchester United is by 9:15. The teams that are vying to get to the number 1 spot in the Premier League are in action tonight. Brighton will be hosting Arsenal at the Amex Stadium. The game is by 8:30. The starting lineup of that game is alive. Yes, for the starting lineup tonight, the visitors, Arsenal, leading the line with Victor Gyökeres, Gabriel Martinelli, Iberechi Eze returns, continue to play from the midfield for Arsenal, and Bukayo Saka. In the midfield, Declan Rice, Martin Zubimendi. In the finals, Pierre Nkapie starts alongside Gabriel Magalhaes, and Musquera replaces Saliba in today's game after Saliba picked a knock. Julian Timber also starting tonight. David Raya leading a 4-2-3-1 formation for the Gunners tonight. Now Brighton and Hove Albion after winning their last game. Diego Gomez, Jorginho Ruta and Caro Mitoma